So we are live. So I've got to also look at what's happening. We are live, waiting for Charlie's Angel Tarot. Okay, Ron is in the live, so I'll have to switch backwards and forwards. Hi, Ron. How are you? Nice to see
Hello,
you.
Ron.
I hope other people are going to come in as well. We're discussing the opposition deck, and Dean from Hermit's Cave. He's with me again. We're collaborating tonight, so that's really nice. We've been looking forward to this. I really got the opposition deck because it's like the vice versa, which I found really complicated because you had one card and you had to flip it backwards and forwards. And the good thing about this is you've got both cards on one card. So as you can see, this is the positive, and this is the Fool, and that's the negative. Okay. So we're going to go through the major arcana in a minute, and then we will also see what the difference is, because we can learn from each other. Because some cards, it's really difficult to see the difference, because sometimes they look dark and miserable and negative, although it's not meant to be negative. So it does take time to know the cards and to see the differences. And every time I do a reading, I see new things again. So
Mhm.
I hope if Ron's there. Ron, can you come in and give us a comment, please? Let us know that you're here. And Ron is from Unconditional Love Tarot, and he does have a whole group of people with him when he goes live. Um, Hi, Ronnie. I can't see anybody actually in the room. There's four watching, but nobody is commenting. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Fool, and I'm going to show you the Fool, and then Dean from Hermit's Cave, he will uh, give his point of view, and we might just do the big arcana and keep the other sets or suits for next time, because it is 78 cards, and I would love to give out free cards as well. So this is the beautiful side, and you can see he's got more like a knapsack in this, and he's ready to take that jump. You've got a rose, and that means love and peace, like the dove. So that's really highlighted, and you can see the sun is shining on him. Now I'm going to turn the card round, and here you can see that the knapsack has more or less disappeared. He's just got something dangling on that stick. I don't know whether you can see it. I'm trying to get the right light. You can see it, and he's running, and the cliff edge is breaking here. So this is not going to be a good fall. This is not going to be a good leap of faith. Also, the weasel gives me an indication of being sly. Somebody has tricked you. Also, being afraid and literally falling into destitute, not to take that leap of faith. And the Fool is a beginner. He hasn't got any experience, and he hasn't got any knowledge, life experience, or life knowledge, because he's just started. He's also the number naught. So he's beginning his journey. He's just being born out of the cave, if you know the story of the Fool. Okay. So, what is your definition on that, Dean?
When I look at the positive side, I see optimism, I see joy, I see like a zest of life. I see like with the dove or the birds are spiritual to me, like the divine. And with the rose, I see that red as in love. So I feel like spirit's with you and the sun's shining. I feel like spirit's with you saying it's okay to take that leap of faith, to take that move, right? To take your journey with optimism. But on the reverse side, I see like a spoiled kid. I see spoiled, I see reckless, I see possibly somebody trying to take advantage of you with the fox. Um,
Oh, it's a fox. I thought it was a weasel.
it looks like a fox to me. Is that a weasel?
The weasel has a white chest. The fox usually doesn't.
I thought foxes had white chests.
Oh, well, I'll have to do a double check on that one.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like with this one too, it feels like you're running away from your obligations. Like you
Yeah,
are just like you're reckless. You're like, I'm done with this. Bye. And you don't
yeah,
care what happens. And look, you look disheveled. So I just feel
yeah,
it's reckless.
like a foolish leap.
Yeah.
He's, yeah. Well, I thought it was a weasel. But the weasel is also known as a thief and an analytical person and deceiving because I think he's from the family of the fox. But you see that little sort of like a sock hanging on the two socks hanging on the twig here.
Yeah.
He's got nothing left. Here, he's got nothing
Mm-hmm.
left. Here he's rich and he's full of zest and he's got everything in his knapsack.
Mm-hmm.
The same with the magician in the good way up. You've got everything on the table and he's looking up to the divine or to the sky and manifesting and contemplating and doing his spell, not trying not to create an illusion or disillusion so that you don't have uh, illusions. And in the next, and this one's quite funny, and it's nice how you see it, the differences. If you look very well, it looks like a sugar lump or a dice, and he's just about to poke the dice as if he wants to take a gamble rather than use his own magic. And you see that the dagger is wobbly as well.
Exactly. The way I see that card, like the magician reverse seems like a con artist.
Yeah, and
And like
the cup has fallen over, so
yeah,
he can't. It's empty. He hasn't got the zest, or he hasn't got the magic. It's
like somebody's
he,
trying to take advantage of you.
yeah, a lot like he's lost his responsibility, or doesn't want to take responsibility. He's lost the magic in his life. I
Yes.
think it's a beautiful card, though.
I don't like it. You know what it kind of reminds me of when I look at that? It reminds me of that nasty spirit, like from the I don't know if you watched the Poltergeist series of
Yeah,
movie. He reminds me of that evil spirit that comes after Carol Ann in the last or the second or the last movie, where he's like that old preacher kind of thing, like that That's what he kind of reminds me of. Just a nasty spirit, nasty soul.
well, he's got no color, so he's got no soul.
Hmm. That's why I don't like seeing it in the reverse when I get it.
No, no, no. I don't like seeing any cards in the reverse. Sorry, if I sound like if I've got a cold. And sorry if I was a bit out of order last night, but I had such a good day.
Oh
Besides my
no, you're fine. You sound like
besides
you're fine.
my computer going wrong for 5.5 hours, my daughter came, and it's so delightful. Then we were in a happy mood. We watched a beautiful film, also like Harry Potter and Nadia. It is called the Christmas Boy, I think. It's a new film on Netflix. Okay, the High Priestess. She's beautiful, but here you are again. She's full of zest and full of life. She's opening up. She's very sensitive, intuitive. She knows when to keep her mouth quiet and to be more observant. You've got the two pillars, like the doorway to the new beginning that is given by the angels and the divine. I work with the angels and the divine. That's why you most probably will get sick of me. And here it looks like she is not pregnant. She shouldn't be pregnant because she's the high priestess. And here she's got like a funny lump on her tummy, and she's got bare feet. She's not listening to her intuition. The moon is not light like in the upright. It's dark. also very mystical. It reminds me of black magic or occultism. And there's just no way to finding the path because there's no light on her path or behind her.
Yeah, the top side, it seems positive. It seems like she's using her skills for her, like she's using her intuition. She's using her spirituality to guide her. But in the reverse, it just seems like
She won't.
the
Okay.
that lack of care is gone. She just seems like letting it all hang out, like wanting to be paid for her services almost.
I hear somebody saying, me, I'm a right BDS.
Mhm. It's
Mm,
like somebody's like not is too afraid to allow to compromise and things. Like she's just all in her head.
yeah. Well, here we've got the Empress, and she's beautiful. She's pregnant. She loves animals and she loves plants. She's also known as Mother Nature. And there you can see she's in color. Color is for her very important. The sun is shining or the sun is rising. And in the reverse, we have that selfish looking person because she holds a mirror there and she's just obsessed with herself, not about anybody else. But she still loves to be vain. She's not hardworking. She doesn't care whether everything dies around her because she's the one that she's focused on and not on anybody or anything else. And look at that eagle. He's spread his wings and he's really impatient, like, give me food. Anger.
So well, I'll stick more with the reverse side. The positive I is the typical. I get it. The typical Empress, right?
Yeah.
That caregiver, that nurturer. You come to her. Everything seems like bright, cheery, and rosy. Even the animals like being around her. It's like a Snow White almost. But then in the reverse, it's like everything is like it's disheveled. It's death. It's like there's like a lack of care,
Mm.
and it's like abandonment in a way. Like she feels abandoned, lost. Like
She
family
doesn't
has
want. She
left her.
doesn't want to be a mother. She just is
No.
more interested in herself.
Mm-mm.
Then
And
we,
possibly vanity too, because if you look, she's holding a
yeah,
mirror.
yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. It's a very small mirror, though. What I do find is that the book doesn't do the cards justice. There's not information. I would have loved to have a bigger book and with color photos so that you can see what the opposite is. If they had done a big book like this, I've got the Alan Poe in. I've received the Alan Poe. If you've got a big book like this with colours and photos,
Hmm.
look, there you
Yeah, I
go.
have that deck.
That I've expected that this deck, and it is also very much wanted this deck, that it would have had a book this big with um, pictures like that and a story behind it, like in the Poe tarot. Now,
Hmm.
the emperor, he's looking really beautiful, wise, and ready to help anybody and to rule his country. And he's a good advisor. But in the reverse, he's tired of everybody's moaning. Do you see that? He's old
Hmm.
and tired. Like if he doesn't care either.
Yeah, I just feel like he's left having to deal with the poor decisions he's made. Like he's just been beat up with and faced with challenges that didn't work out.
Yeah, and
Like almost like regret.
yeah, but he's could be also tired and tired of everybody's moaning because he's the advisor and he's also the delegator or the leader. He's higher than all the kings, and he just hasn't. It seems that he can't give any advice. He's tired that everybody just won't listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way you interpret things, though. It's the same as with the high priest. He's cheerful and he's ready and he's holding his hands wide. So he's open to giving it advice and giving help and bringing people together and letting the subconscious come into the conscious. And then in the reverse side, he's got his hands closed off like that in front of his emotional chakra, the solar plex. And he's looking down instead of forwards and up. He's looking like if he's looking down on people. That's a very negative feeling. It's
Yes.
like he's the teacher, the advisor. Um, he's looking down on his public or the pupils as if he's right. I'm better than you. Get on with it. Start learning. Let the ideas flow. You know.
Mm-hmm. So when I look at this, I see it both kind of negative, in my opinion, because this smile, his smile to me looks like
Yeah.
he's hiding something. Like it's like a frown, like, like I hope you're not gonna, hope you don't catch me in the act of something. Like it's like a sad smile. It's like trying to. I feel like he's trying to hide something that's on the surface, and I feel like he's putting on that show like, come to me, I will help you. It's like, I hate saying a crooked priest. I hate saying that.
I know, but
Like
is this something personal?
no, it's nothing personal. It's just the way I see him in this
Oh,
interpretation.
okay.
He just does, like, he looks like he's hiding something to me. And then the other one, it just he's nasty, evil, and bitter, and like,
Closed off.
yeah. I'm sorry. It's just I see negative, negative.
Well, we have to see it as positive and negative. So it is good to do this collaboration. And really, I'm happy to do this because then you
Hmm.
can hear other people's point of view, and that's how you learn. Now, this is rather a fascinating card, also because it represents Gemini, the lovers. It seems like
Yes.
you can see the black and white, the masculine side of the Gemini and the feminine side. And here it's also depicted as Adam and Eve, the forbidden fruit. We've got, hold on, I've got to go change channel. We've got a troll in our room. Okay. 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 Sorry about that. I don't have any moderators here at the moment. I can. Is Ron still here? Do you know?
Let's see. Is Ronald still? Ron, are you still here?
He's still here. Hold on. I think he's still here. Well, we just have to. I'm going to. Ron, do you mind if I make you moderator so that you can remove anybody, and I'll be moderator on your channel as well if you like me to be. Okay. Okay. I've already tried to remove him 5 times, so I'm not. I don't used to get really panicky when they were here, but you know, I don't anymore. It's just people with tiny minds.
Exactly.
And that's Yeah. Okay. Well, YouTube, I've reported him on 5 different cases, so he should be swiped off YouTube now because YouTube won't allow this. Okay. Now I'm going back to StreamYard. And thank you, Ron. And also, we've got the lovers, and I just love the way that in the positive side, Eve is handing over the apple of temptation to Adam. And I think you can read this in more ways than one, like trying to pull him out of the dark by tempting him to come into the daylight and to meet Archangel Gabriel, because that's the angel that is there, because he's also on the judgment card. He blows new life into the living dead. So, yep, that is how I feel it. And the negative side is that he's trying to receive or reach out, but the snake is preventing him, and everything is bare, and he feels bare as well. And it seems like the devil is trying to
Uh-huh.
tempt him. And that's the masculine side.
I too found this an interesting card that they used the story of Adam and Eve, and they incorporated this the um the uh the snake in this because that's Lucifer, and it's like in tarot, I've always been told that snakes are very, very positive in tarot, but I've always seen snakes as negative. I never liked snakes.
No, snakes in Linneman is also slithery and other snake in the grass.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but here you can see him coming in, and here he's leaving. So I thought, um, and that's where the book would have come in, where they could have described that the snake is leaving and the snake is coming in to tempt Eve. You can also see the fruit on the tree with Eve, so that's definitely the positive side. But the positive of temptation or positive of pulling somebody up, because the only time we should look down on somebody is to give them a hand up, and that's why that apple is the temptation to bring him up. And here you see the snake escaping. So I think, and the tree is bare, and it's the masculine. It's more force to being tempted, and that's what I believe that
I
this
find
is.
this part very, very interesting because I look at it like, well, you would think Eve would be on the negative side because she was the one
One
who,
was tempted.
yeah. But I also look at it that it was the artist who did it was very creative in putting her on positive because it was Adam's. It
Sorry.
was okay.
It's like a nut house here tonight.
What I was going to say was because it was Adam's downfall from grace. Because if you look at it like a in a patriarchal society, men were supposed to be the leaders of their houses, their families, and God imparted that wisdom into Adam, and Eve was supposed to be a reflection of Adam, which is a reflection of God, who is a reflection of God, the divine, the creator, right? And when Adam willingly allowed himself to be I guess enticed without saying, now Eve, what did we discuss about this? Our father said no. No means no. And I
Yeah,
think that's the direction. So I see this as kind of like this card's kind of like a slippery slope. It's like, which way does it go? Now, if you know the story of Adam and Eve, it's like
I do. I
maybe
do.
it's a power struggle. The card itself is a power struggle between compromise,
I was
possibly.
I was just thinking about compromise before you said it. It is also the temptation. Brenda is in the room. Hi, Bren. How are you? And she's saying, "Hi, Ron. Unconditional love, tarot." Yeah, but I remember that Raya Waite is derived of the Catholic or the Christian beliefs. So that's why I do understand why these cards go more to the biblical side or the Christian beliefs. It is fascinating how the artist has depicted it, though. Now, going on to the Chariot, this is really also the strength card, the mental strength card, I believe. Hi, Tamby Bambi. And we've got the lions representing strength, not horses, but we do still have on the positive side the white and the black, and also the person not holding reins but throwing his arms up. I've won. I'm the victor. So it is the mental strength card, also because it represents Cancer, and Cancer is spiritual and intuition and psychic. So yeah, that. So this is the card for mental strength, and you're positive. So it's definitely going.
And even victory.
Yeah, going forwards and upwards to a next level, moving home and all that, just keeping on moving. And here, the in the negative side, he's fighting to get his victory, but he's not getting anywhere because he's not facing forward. He's trying to protect himself, and the lions will just have to do their best on their own, or take the dark side of their mind. And that's the way how I feel it. Also, negativity, there is definitely a no on moving home. If this would have come into a reading, this would also be a no. Will I get the? Will I win? No. Will I meet the Cancer? Or will I be able to use my intuition? No. That's the card. What this card means. Hi, everybody. Welcome. If you're
Hello,
coming,
everybody. So, how do I interpret this card?
yeah. How
Uh,
do you interpret the card?
so, in the positive side, in the upright position, the Chariot I feel is victorious, leader of the pack, taking charge of your ownership and charge of your own life, being in control, knowing who you are and where you want to go, and not being afraid. You're taking that leap of faith again. But in the reverse, it's like out of control, scary. It's almost like you're letting others decide where you're going to go. It's like you're letting the negative side of your fate to pull you away from, or you're easily distracted from what's ahead of you. I mean, it's just I don't even like the way the lines are depicted in this because it makes it like they're on like on combat mode.
If they're on speed, they're
Yeah.
hiding behind masks. If they're different, they're not no masks in the upright, and there is masks in the negative. So I
Yeah.
love the definition, definitely.
And it's like when you're wearing a mask or a shield covering your face, it's like it's very mysterious and scary because you don't know what's underneath. It's like you won't allow people into to see you. And having like those face shields or masks, it makes you feel closed off.
Yeah,
Negative.
your emotions. I love the way that the Chariot is Cancer, because Cancer is very emotional, very intuitive. So again, the masks is closing that intuition off. And I think that's the message in a lot of these cards,
Yeah.
that we have to be more conscious of ourselves and our emotions and our knowledge, our strength, and patience.
And even cancers, they make a lot of them make the best actors and actresses because they can put on that show like everything is good, but deep in the surface, they're dying inside, and you would never know it. It's like they're easier. It's like they could easily put on that show, but inside, it's like you're seeing in this reverse too. If I were to see this as a Cancer itself, if it was supposed to represent a Cancer, I would see him as like he's neglecting himself, not taking care of himself, allowing others to make the decisions for him.
Yes, being manipulated.
Hmm.
Um, and that's why he can't get to his goal and be the victor.
Hmm.
But I also feel that he's struggling and fighting. Look at the arrows flying there. So he's fighting a lost cause. I agree with you. And shall we go to the strength?
Yes, I love this card. This is
I do.
interesting.
Well, you go first this time, if you like.
Okay, so the strength, I feel like in the upright position, I feel she's not afraid to take any challenges. Because, I mean, seriously, who would want to be that close to a lion to open up its mouth? I mean, you're never that
Not
close to a
me.
lion. Nobody. That kitty, I mean, that big kitty will hurt you. But I feel like spiritually, I feel because lions are like very spiritual. It's God's fierceness, that protection of you, and that's like you're like on that like that spiritual path, that awakening. Like you're that connected to who you are, and you're true to yourself, and you have the protection of spirit with you, right? And in the reverse, it's like unhealthy,
Bad,
lack of direction, lack
bad
of
breath, bad
hope,
breath.
and scared, fear, like neglect and fear. That's how I feel with the strength of reverse, neglect and fear.
Yeah. My interpretation is that she's beautiful. It doesn't matter whether she is like the castle. That's your house that protects you. She's come out of her comfort zone, and she's being patient in learning how to be loving, patient, and caring, and be as strong and tough as the lion. Also, the strength card represents Leo. So I just love this card. But the way and you've been nourished, you've rejuvenated, you've built up your strength, you've reloaded your batteries. And in the negative side, he is really skinny and you could see his ribs. And she's trying to force him to open his mouth. And she's screeching like this with all her strength, and she can't get it done. So it's the agony. Yeah, that's my interpretation. And everything seems bleak when you can't get things done.
Hmm.
The Justice card. How about the Justice card? Are you going to do it? Or do
Oh,
you want me to start?
you can start.
Okay. Well, I love the Justice card because upright, she's ready to bring in justice and balance. And this is Libra. And she's all ears. She's sitting there and she's looking at you and all ears, ready to come into action. That's how, and also weighing up black and white. That's typical Libra. And then here, she doesn't give a hoot. She's got her eyes closed and she's not upright. She's relaxing or just, I don't care. You can do what you like.
So we skipped. Did we skip the hermit?
Um,
Because hermit's 9.
then I haven't got the hermit here. Sorry. Sorry.
Because I have
Yeah,
hermit in the world, then justice.
yeah.
Unless I'm
Sorry.
out of
Okay,
order.
you're right. Sorry. Um, so the hermit. I love the hermit. I really do like this one. In the right way up, he's looking right into your face, and he's saying, "Right, take time out, rejuvenate. It's time to load up the batteries.
Hmm.
Use your wisdom, or ask for help because he's also a guide." Or you can be a guide. So use your wisdom and to share your wisdom with third parties. And then in the reverse, and that's a retreat. In the reverse, you have like it looks like a skull.
Yeah, it's like loss of
Oh,
hope.
There's
Death,
no, it's
almost.
it's a man. Let me put it this way. I hope you can see it. He's all wrinkled and he's been slogging along, and that the light isn't burning, the everlasting light. So he's just lost in the dark. He's not willing to face confrontations or to face himself or to go inside. He's scared of his dark side and his fears. And in the light side, he's trying to gain knowledge, to gain the experience, and to go inside. And he's spiritually growing. I love that card. It's really beautiful.
The way I see it in the reverse, I mean, I see it, it's like he's afraid of his own shadow. That's why
Yeah.
his lamp is in the back, so he won't see his own shadow. I feel like he's bitter and lost. Bitter, lost, and confused, and afraid of his own shadow. But in the upright position, I feel like he knows who he is. He's like confident. He's just knows that he needs to take a moment to self-reflect.
I,
And it has this, and he also, and just now looking at it, I feel like he also has the um the blessing of spirit, because it looks like there's a North Star behind him, or a
oh,
star.
I hadn't even seen that. That's like the North Star, the Star of Bethlehem.
Hmm.
Find the way. That is beautiful. Thank you. You see, that's why I wanted to go live with you, to get your point of view. Thank
Yeah, it's
you.
like he has spirit's help in this, like in like getting like that feedback, that with that connection of
I
what
hadn't, I hadn't realized that. Thanks.
it's like these treasures that you find. It's like, oh, there's something else there I can use. I like that.
But I also like the Wheel of Fortune. It's like,
Yes.
and this is what I don't understand. In the positive side, it is like blue, and blue to me speaks cold, running cold. And then in the upright, in the reverse, you've got the grey figure, and you've got red, and red to me is running hot for something, coming into action, making the wheel turn, going on to the next level. I
Well,
also I also like the are those rune signs? I think they are rune signs. I like that as well.
the negative side doesn't bother me as much, only because I feel like red is like negative for me. Red is like stop, even like things are put on hold. Like you're not going anywhere, and you're not going anywhere fast.
Ah,
And like like it's like a stop sign almost, like no, it's what I decide now, because you had your chance to take control of the situation, but I got it now. And that's what I always tell people when I see the wheel, because somebody said it. I use this whenever I see it, because I got this phrase from somebody else. I don't remember who I heard it from, but it made perfect sense. The will is neither good nor bad. It's how you take that particular opportunity to it's like everything that leads up to that opportunity, all the good, the bad, the ugly that you're doing in life, that leads to that one moment to make that decision on how you're going to react. But when you get there, it's like, if you don't if you're not proactive and handle your own crap, then fate has a funny way of saying, well, I'm going to choose this route for you, whether you like it or not. It's like you have to be able to own whatever you're doing, whether good, bad, or the ugly. So yeah, the red doesn't really bother me as much. With the blue, I feel like it's ice cold, and I'm like, mm,
yes, I think blue is cold as well. More business-like, being no emotions, no intuition. And I think blue. Well, I can understand your red now, like stop. But to me, red is fire, action, passion, also holy. It's a lucky color in China. So I like the way you've interpreted but I would associate the cold with the negative instead of the positive.
I feel like the upright position, the positive side, is she was if this character was wearing gold or gold and silver, I think that would have been more positive for me than the
Yeah,
blue.
yeah,
Because that means success for
yeah.
me. But yeah, I don't understand the coloring of blue for this one.
Well, they've also got that in the justice card, like in the positives, they've got blue. It's like the same positive in the Wheel of Fortune, and she's holding on to her sword, and she's also holding the scales. But
Hmm.
in the negative, she's just put everything down, and you've got the red cloth in the back.
Yeah, usually red means defeat. Then in this case,
Would red mean really? Would the artist have associated the red with blood?
possibly that red uh, banner in the background that she has, that cloth banner, that curtain, whatever it is. I would honestly say she feels defeated. Like I've done everything I can. I tried to preach, like like you know to preach, and the the sense that the what should be done, right? And you're not listening to me. You refuse to take that counsel, and you just do whatever it is that you were going to do that feels good. So I feel it's defeat. And even the floor, if you look at the floor, it looks cracked.
Rotten.
It looks
Yeah,
dirty.
yeah.
There's crud all over the floor.
For the
It
few,
just feels like
the cracks are here, just
she
alongside the
feels
floor.
conflicted, I think, too. Like
Oh,
you're damned if you do,
yeah,
and you're damned if you don't.
no, yeah.
There's like no good outcome in whatever's happening. It's just
He's given up.
which like whatever. I mean, it's like having to choose between the lesser of two evils in this case. But
Yeah,
the
but
positive,
like you said, it is defeat. She's given up. She's just hopelessly sitting there, and she's got her eyes closed.
but in the upright position, justice, I feel balanced. I feel there's a sense of pride. There's a sense of like things, fate will work out, but you have to put in the work. Um, accountability.
Are you still talking about justice?
Yeah, because I didn't talk about the positive. I was always only talking about the negative. But
Uh,
yeah, accountability and fairness. It's
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got what you deserve. So will the other.
Yep. Moving on.
I've got the Hanged Man here.
Yes.
This one was really confusing to me until I saw it a couple of times because I really had to sit down with this. Um, and then I thought, yeah, in the positive side, the sun is coming up because I couldn't judge what was. I don't think hanging is really positive. So I really had to think about this one. But in the upright, he's precise. It's like he's crossed his T's and dotted his I's and crossed his
Hmm.
T's. And you've definitely got a sharp four. If you can look, you've got a four, like the legs for the delay, 4 hours, 4 weeks, 4 months. And that's always that I associate with it.
Noticed that there's a four there. I've always considered that like a cross, like it was symbolic to like the crucifix, almost like a
Yeah,
cross.
yeah. No,
Hmm.
the hanged man means delays or pending. You're the one that is in control here, because he hung himself up in this position,
Hmm.
and well, he can come down anytime. That is also his decision, but it's trying to get a different perspective on things. Um, Also taking time out to go inward because it's also a spiritual card. Um, and there could be a time to it by choice. Um, a contemplation and also evaluating on how to take the next step. And in the reverse, you see a moon. In the positive, you see the halo.
Yeah.
So he's holy. He's centering himself. He's connected with the divine and Earth, Mother Earth. Also, in the negative, he's hopelessly struggling. He's still hanging by one leg, but not calm, cool, and collect. And in the positive, he's coming to Zen. That's the feeling that I'm getting. And you've got the moon, and the moon to me represents you're in the spotlight, but you're not getting anywhere. You're not following the path that you've wanting to take or that you've chosen. You're not taking
Mhm.
time out to contemplate or getting the right perspective so that you can stay on your path. And upside down here in the positive, it's the sun rising. Do you see that?
Mhm.
When you see the positive here, then the sun is rising. But if you hold it up there, it's like the sun is going into a lake. That's
Like
weird.
it's sunset almost.
And he's got no halo in the negative. So he's not
No.
connected with earth and with the divine or with himself. And you can see the trees bare, and in the positive, the trees got leaves.
Not only is it bare, but it's gnarly too.
Yeah, he's struggling.
And you notice, I think these are chains. This is not even a rope. This is a chain, it looks like. Let me look, take a deeper look.
No,
That's a rope. It looked like a chain at first. Okay, never mind.
it's really a rope, but it's
Yeah.
tattered. It's tattered and thorn.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, the way I see the hangman in the positive position, I feel like there's hope. There's peace. It's like he's at peace with himself and holding himself accountable for whatever decisions he's made. It's basically it's accountability for me, and that he's confident and he's making the right decisions. He's standing by his own convictions, and he's not really having to have a power struggle to take himself off that ledge if he has to change his mind about something. And he, like you said too, with the halo, because when I was taking a deeper look at this card today, before you said the halo, I was like, oh, "There's a halo there. I like that." Then you mentioned the halo, and yeah, and I feel like the sun is like shining. It's just beautiful. I love this card. And then the reverse, I feel like he's scared out of his mind. Like he's spiraling out of control.
Yeah,
He's afraid of like the secrets that lurk behind him or his addictions. Because with that moon there, it's like I don't know about you. To me, it just feels like he's like it's fear that a fear of the unknown, fear of like the things that he has done. It's like very dark,
you
and it's
can't
like
face his fears. You're right.
yeah, it's like it's almost like like he's a like if I would have seen this and I had the devil card with it, I would have said that this is probably somebody suffering from drug addiction, somebody spiraling out of control, suffering from alcoholism, something on that level, or
Yeah,
somebody being like a battered man or a battered woman in a relationship that's just scared out of their mind to like make like whatever secret would come out. But
yeah,
yeah, that's how I see that. It's a dark place.
yeah.
The death card. Do you have any? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have anything left about the hangman?
No, no.
But I like putting it up. I want to see it in the upright, not the negative. So we have, I think death is next, right?
Yeah,
Hmm. This is a weird card, honestly.
it looks really negative on both sides, if you ask me.
I
Part
think the positive side, I mean, I don't like the fact there's a skull on the positive side. I feel like it could have done like somebody with a cloak looking over their shoulder, maybe heading into the sunlight, maybe. But yeah, the skull's kind of what throws me off.
Well, in Rio Waite's deck, it's also a skull, I believe. I can't
Mm.
remember correctly, but I think it is the skull, but with a cloak. It's like you can see the dark eyes, and you've
Yeah.
got the knife. What I do like about it is that you've got the flag with the rose that was the king and queen's emblem of York. The king, and that was the War of Roses. And I think that's where the
Oh.
death, and I think that's where the death has developed from.
Yeah, he is standing in like in a rose bush because if you see those are thorn. That's a like withered away.
Yeah.
Those are thorn bushes. Yeah, from possibly from roses.
Do you know what I think it is? It's gorse. Because in England, if you know the history of the War of the Roses, that's English. The York, the King of York or the Queen of York was married with another clan, and that brought world peace. That's why this means peace and new beginnings, an ending to war and a beginning to love. And in England, you have gorse, which is green bushes, just like this. It's got yellow flowers, but I think you're right. But it looks more like gauze. But
Okay.
I think it should represent the rose bush. I think you're right there, and I do like the fact that the sun is coming over the castle, and the
Hmm.
castle representing the home, safety, security. So there is a new secure beginning.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just like I said, I would have preferred to seen maybe like a cloak over the skull, maybe
Yeah,
hood.
they could have made it prettier.
Yes. I
And
mean,
the only thing is between the differences that in these two dark colors is that one has the scythe. So yeah, and snow.
hmm. So automatically, to me, I just see death in this. Like everything is grim, nothing is right, just cold, bitter. And when, like you said, he even has snow on his shoulders. I think that's snow on his shoulders. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's like hazy shade, it's like hazy winter almost. And
yeah,
carrying a scythe, and I remember you were telling me the scythes were used for crops,
yeah.
right?
It's what
And there's
cutting
nothing, there's
grass.
no fruit. Yeah, there's no fruit here. It's like it's over.
No, no. But it's cutting grass in the it used to cut grass, and that's how they made hay and straw. It was for harvesting.
Hmm.
It's
But
not
there's
an
nothing to harvest here. It's because everything's dead in the winter.
yeah. You can't harvest. But remember, the angel of death harvests souls.
Ooh, deep. Hmm.
That's why the scythe represents harvesting. So he's looking for souls, but he can't see souls in the dark, or he's because if you're going to talk about death, then he could be harvesting souls, but he hasn't got his scythe with it, so he's not going to succeed in the positive. In the negative, he can only succeed in the cold
Hmm.
to harvest. If somebody's dark, um, a dark soul, then he can harvest. But I like just remember, look at the line in between. It's all higgledy pickledy up and down like life and like the path, and that's what separates them. And here, the rose bushes are growing and going upwards. Do you see? It's just
Yeah.
like feelers. It just looks like feelers creeping towards the castle. I love that card. Have you got anything to add more to the death card?
No, no. It's just like, yeah, I think we said it all.
Right. So we've still got quite a few cards left. Do you want to carry on or
Yeah.
um, okay?
Yeah. I mean, we have, let's see, how many left go? One, two, three, four, five, six. We have
We've got
eight more cards.
uh,
Yeah, we have eight more cards.
okay.
That puts us at temperance.
Yeah. I love
And
the Empress card in this deck. She looks so beautiful.
I like they dressed her in gold,
Yeah.
but I
And
don't
that,
like the fact she has
I
red
like,
wings. I don't like that.
sorry?
I don't like the fact that she has the red wings for the positive side.
Um, no, they should have made it the purple wings for the positive side and the red wings for the negative, because um, if you're balanced, then you're spiritually balanced, and purple is a spiritual color.
Mm-hmm.
But some would argue that red is a spiritual color because priests and cardinals wear red. So I suppose, but I would have changed to the purple wings to the positive side, because then you've gone within. You've worked on your spirituality. You're quite right on that one. But
Yeah,
but I do like the fact that it is water here, and everything's flowing. You're going with the flow, trying to find your balance. And the dress is red, and it would have been more apt to have red wings with a red dress as well. But everything is dried up, and she's tired, and she's got her eyes closed, so she's not looking to get into back into balance. And she's got something brown leather around her, trying to earth her. Everything's drying up.
yeah. I just noticed the fact that she's has something on her bodice. It looks like there's triangles there, and I don't remember what triangles mean. In the upright position, it's up, and then the
Um,
I think that's like triangle means like whole.
no,
I'd have
it's the element. It's the element. Let me see. I can find that out. I've got the book here. Um,
triangles are very spiritual. They mean things, and I don't remember.
upright is air, and downwards is earth or water. Um,
Oh,
it depends whether it's got another. Downwards means water, and air means without the look. Can you see it here?
yeah.
So that is the elements. Air.
And you think about it too, in the reverse, it's downward, meaning she needs the water to bear the grains that she's pouring into the earth, or even she just has earth, but she doesn't have water. She's lacking something.
Yeah,
Like you need the water. You need water is the life source, and when we're all made up of water, we can't survive without water. So,
no, but nothing
any,
grows on earth, and this is sand. So if you haven't got the water, you can't make anything grow.
mm-mm. And if you look at her face too, it's like her eyes almost look sunken in, almost like she's malnourished in a way.
Yeah. Yep.
And the
Nice
upright
one.
in the upright position, it just feels like she has the elixir of life. She's like basically saying that what's coming out of her vase or pitcher is like love, life,
Air.
peace, harmony, joy,
Mm.
everything positive that you would think would come from the divine. Because I see temperance as like protector, guardian angel, somebody who walks with you. Um, or possibly even a messenger that walks with you. It's like supports you. And maybe even in the reverse too. It's like they're with you but not with you because
Open.
you're not open to them. You're not, so all they can give you is the leftovers, like the sand. They
Mm.
can't give you that the life force with it if you're not gonna respect or honor yourself and honor the divine. It's like this is all I can give you because this is all you put in.
Hi, hi, hail, hail. Nice to see you. We've got 5 people in, so people must be interested in the cards. I've put a link in the chat so you can have a look at all the cards, because I've done a review on this. And Dean from Hermit's Corner, he's got such um, other definitions. So we are learning from each other. So you never stop learning. That's great fun. The next card is the devil.
Ooh.
I like this card. Again, very feminine and masculine thing to it. Um, I also find that this deck is more towards the feminine side and pushing away the masculine side. You can see that more in the minor arcana. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and here you've got the devil, and it looks like, yeah, to me, it looks like Archangel Gabriel. But how can she be the devil? Because again, we've got blue, and we've got the woman chained up, but she's got her hands free, but she's sitting leisurely, and blue, yeah. And again, we've got the red here and the masculine, and he's also chained up, with chains around his neck. But
Mm-hmm.
here you've got definitely the devil being masculine. So, and his wings, if you look for the first time, it looks like a pair of claws, and you don't see the bat wings, you just see the
Uh-huh.
claws. That's what I saw first. Um, yeah, so and just see the separation of the earth. On the positive, it is light brown sand and grass and flowers,
Mm-hmm.
and on the masculine side, it is like ashes or fire and ashes, and it's really painful.
Mm-hmm. You know, when I first saw this card, I mean, with my spiritual background, I don't see angels as either male or female. They just are, because angels are gender neutral.
Yeah.
We as people assign them a gender, right? But the way I interpret this card from my spiritual background, I see this as Lucifer's fall from grace, because as you may or may
Yeah.
not know, Lucifer was one of God's archangels at the time, and supposedly he or she was one of the most beautiful of angels that God has or had. And I feel like this is Lucifer before the fall from grace,
Uh-huh.
and then this is the the cause of it, the ego, the vanity,
Yeah.
the the lack of needing to follow your life's path. So that's how I interpret this card. If I see it upright, I see everything like, like it's hard to, I don't know.
Would you say there is still a possibility
Of
to change with the
yeah.
upright and with the reverse side? There is no change. You've gone too far.
Yes, it's like in the upright you need to keep your ego in check, and in the reverse it's like you've gone too far,
Yeah,
and you're sliding down that,
big hole.
yeah, where drugs, addictions, betrayal, lies, everything, all those ickies. That's where that happens.
Yeah, you also see life in the upright, and you
Mm-hmm.
don't see you see the bare tree again in the negative. But it's very hard to see for the viewers. It's just there. It's very, very dark. Uh, yeah, now you can see it. Okay. Hi,
And
Sharon.
also the pinnacle in the upright position, it's up, which means I believe that pinnacle upright means what was it? It's like I forget what the pinnacle means in the upright position.
Would it mean the sun? It gives me an idea of the sun, a god from the Egyptians.
And it's and the and then on the negative side it's pointing down. The star's down. The
Mm.
pinnacle's facing
The,
down. And
the,
so
the pentacle that is the northwest, north, south, east, west. That's the what the pentacle means, doesn't it? That's,
Uh,
I also see the pentacle like the Star of David, the North Star. It can be North Stars as well. Shall we go over to the tower, or have you got anything more to say about the devil?
nope, I think I'm good. We can move
Oh,
on.
good. By the way, the temperance means Sagittarius, the devil means Capricorn. So if you have months, the Scorpio is October, yeah, that's Scorpio, the death card. So I just forgot to mention some major arcanas do have zodiac signs to them and others don't. Now, shall we go over to the tower? Would you like that?
Sure. So, let's see. I see the tower. I mean, you never think of like the tower has like a positive card, but this has a positive and a negative side to it. So what I see for the tower, an upright position, I see it as a possibility of hope to make the changes you need
Yeah.
before self-destruction. And in the reverse, it's like, well, it can't get any worse. It's like it's time to rebuild or a spiritual awakening.
Everything is burned down to the ground. You've got no chance. You've
And if
burned
I was,
you've
oh, I'm
burned
sorry.
the bridges.
And if you look in the upright position too, you see like the crown being tossed out. So I think this is a change of power, somebody being dethroned, or possibly new governments moving in, or because
Power
with the
taken over
crown.
by somebody different, something new. Or I also see the upright more as a warning to
Uh-huh.
what that could happen because the light is shining out, trying to give you light. I feel it's more like a warning, like watch out, there's something's not being built on, was not built on proper foundations, perhaps. You need to reconsider before your crown falls, before your crown falls and you burn your bridges.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like your interpretation.
Now the star.
She's beautiful. I done my cards for TikTok and I got banned. It got not banned, but what you call it? It was taken down because they said this is violation against our rules. I said this is not nudism, this is art. This is tarot cards. Whoa. And the next day, what else came out? That was the world card. And the next day, I had a star card, and then said nothing, although she's naked here. So
Uh-huh.
if you go to the world card, I'll get the world card that you can compare it. Now she's not as nude as the star card. Just look at the world. This is the
Uh-huh.
world. Hang on a minute. This is the world, right? She's
Yeah,
only
and her rear end's being exposed in the bottom for the world. And so I mean you pretty much in the star you're seeing more of a silhouette, and the in the world it's almost everything's hanging out there.
well, I don't agree. In the world, she's covered her front part of the body, but you can see her buttocks. But she's
Hmm.
got her chest out. But here in the star, you can see her chest. Um, and if you are really going to block somebody that reads tarot, then yes, because she's naked in two different positions. So um, then I would consider that this more abusive because she's not covering her private parts.
Hmm.
Um, but coming back to the star, to me, you've got the wishes coming true, definitely in the upright, and the star is shining, everything is growing. You're open, you've got nothing to hide, you're open to receive. And then in the negative, um, you're trying to scoop up the water to take the water to water the earth coming back to temperance to
Mm-hmm.
bring life, and you've got a very soft glow of the star. The possibilities are difficult to bring something to fruition that you're wishing for or a goal. So, yeah, and this card represents Aquarius. So,
So, the only, I mean, I agree with you. What I will add to it is in the upright position, I feel like it's healing because if you look, she's filling up that lake or that pond. So I feel like it's
good
healing
one for you.
because
Nice
if
one.
yeah, 'cause it looks like healing. You're filling in those cracks, those voids, and
Yeah,
you're filling in
I
the.
haven't seen that. I didn't see that. And of
So I feel
course,
like it's healing.
in the bottom, it's bare, the
Hmm.
background.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you for that tip.
Hmm. Now the moon.
Ooh,
Ooh.
challenging, I find.
If you're right, in this whole deck, I didn't realize anything masculine is almost negative, and anything feminine is positive. They kept that consistent through the deck.
Yeah, and that claw. Okay, but you can see that more in the minor arcana. I think we're going to have a month full of work here.
Yes. So with the moon, I always find this misleading for a lot of decks because they always include a lot of the decks I have. They include the hermit crab, which is reflects Cancer.
Yeah,
And if you look at closely at this, you see the crab's claws in here.
yeah, in the negative side.
Uh huh. So I
But he's popping out on the positive side.
yeah, he's popping out, and then he's kind of like covering himself. He's trying to bury himself into the and then on the negative side. But it's like when the moon represents was it Pisces, I believe?
Yes, but
But
I do follow other readers on YouTube, and I always, because of the crab, I always, for at least a year and a half, and the rest of my life, I thought it was Cancer until Brenda said
mhm.
no, it is Pisces.
See, and I
Um,
found books too that said no, that's not correct. This is what all
yeah,
the cards were. Yeah, and
I forgot his name now, but he made the tarot deck or Desit Gypsy or something, and he says that it is Cancer and Pisces. So I'm glad I wasn't totally wrong, and I still maintain that as Cancer and Pisces
yes,
because
it's
they are both the water elements that have to do with water. Although Scorpio is water, Scorpio lives on land. That's
And
the
the
big
only reason why I still say it's Cancer because Cancer's ruled by the moon. So if I see like the Empress, or if I see the moon, or if I see the Chariot, I'm going to think that's either it's probably going to be a water sign, either Pisces or Cancer, because why? I know Cancers are ruled by the moon, so that's my logic behind it.
right.
But looking at this card in the positive, I feel like you're coming out of the darkness. You're the reveal of like things that need
Yeah,
to be revealed will be revealed to
yeah,
you. And in the reverse, I see this as like things are hidden, things are it's like destruction almost. Like
yeah.
people are
Secret,
trying to hide things from you.
deceit,
Deceit, yeah.
bear. Also, um, you're in the spotlight. But if you look at the positive side, you've got a
Yep.
feminine. So you're in the spotlight. That's positive, I suppose, since this deck is more positive to the feminine and
Hmm.
negative to the man. Do you see the difference?
Yep.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, and
That's
that's what I was talking about. That we were really consistent of like femininity positive, masculinity negative. And they even did that in with the lovers card beautifully too. And they've been consistent throughout so far.
Yep. Now, shall we go over to the sun?
Yes.
Only three more cards, and then we're going to do the 3-card readings, if you like. Otherwise, it will be too long because it's already been an hour and 15 minutes, and everybody's been patiently waiting. So we've got the positive side, and that's the sun. So you're in the spotlight again, new beginnings, fertile time, pregnancy, because you've got the baby there. Also, new projects, promotions. I just love it. And here we've got the red on both sides, if you see.
Mm-hmm.
But in the upright, it's like the child is holding onto the sun with his left hand. And in the reverse side, you see that the sunflowers are dead. And here the sun is smiling. And here the sun is looking amazed. What has happened? You know, why aren't you holding to my ray? So definitely he's not in the spotlight because he's looking down and he's not holding onto the sun. He's holding onto the red flag or blanket for comfort. He's not holding on to the sun. Do you see?
Yeah. Well, in the upright position, he's not holding onto the sun. He's holding onto the sunflower. He's picking sunflowers.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, he is. But it looks like he's holding onto the ray. Look at it for warmth, strength, comfort. Also being self-assured, being the power. Like the sun represents Leo, the lion, the strength. It's amazing how everybody sees things differently.
And also, what I think is interesting about the sun card, it's masculine top, masculine below. There's no. You would think that baby would have been a female baby, but it's a male baby
Yeah,
on both ends.
yeah. But look at the baby in the good side. He's well fed, and the baby in the bottom side even shows ribs.
Yeah. And I think what the lesson to take away from the negative side is the fact that it looks like you're walking away from responsibility, walking away from like the things that make you happy, walking away. It's almost like I see like the sun is light, like holy almost. Like you're
Yeah,
you're stepping out of your
comfort zone.
yeah.
And try not, and you're not, you want to depend on others. You're not sowing the seeds, you're letting others do it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That said, have you got anything else to add to the sun?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay, we're going on to the judgment card. Now, I'm holding it up for the viewers because there you've got the skull that you don't like and the negative side, and the
Mm-hmm.
birth, and the birth, the child, the embryo, um, in the upright, and it is Gabriel that is blowing life into the baby. That is beautiful. I love this card. I wish I could have a blow up of this. Just to remind us from to stay positive and to watch out for the negative and face our fears. Look at that. It's like he's blowing out air to burn him. So
Mm-hmm.
don't get burned. Lovely card.
But I will call out on the negative side. It looks like the angel. I don't think this is this the negative side of Gabriel. You said,
The red one, yeah. That he's dark haired.
yeah, and if you look at it, it looks like it's a dragon looking thing blowing death. He's like the angel's blowing into the tail of the dragon.
Yeah. But it or like the bignal cord. How do you say that? A bignal cord. The baby's a bignal cord. It looks like also a bignal cord. It's wrapped, twisted, so there's no air coming in. So you can blow what you want, but you can't blow life into a skeleton.
Yeah.
Do you see that? It's
Yeah.
twisted.
Mm-hmm.
And the red to me is like blood, like when the baby's in the womb. So, yeah. Okay. And the last card is the world, but we've already seen the world.
Yes. Like, I feel like the world to me is like in the upright position. It's like that blessing. You're walking into your passion. You're
Something.
walking. It's like a blessing. Like you're walking in. You're coming into yourself. Like you're coming. It's like you're humbled and you're able to accept the fruits of your labor and in that new adventure. And in the reverse, it's like you're just walking away from responsibility,
Yep.
walking away from everything that brought you joy.
Yep. Getting
You're,
burned. Looks like fire. And she doesn't look in balance. She hasn't got her balance. Here, she's got nothing to hide. That's her nakedness. She's honest, truthful, also in balance. And she knows that there is an end to a cycle. And you've got the wreath. You've got the wreath of the champion all around the world and not at the bottom. Or have you got it at the bottom? Yes, you do have it at the bottom, but it's burnt out. It's died out.
mm-hmm.
It's dry. And on top, you've got flowers. Well, that was.
Yes,
Now I'll just. Shall I use another deck for the life answers?
sure. Let me get another deck out. I already have this deck already organized, so I'm just going to stack it back up and not
Um,
use it until we do a next review.
okay. I'll use it next time as well. I'm leaving it like that. I'll just grab a deck. Um,
But that was fun going through those cards.
it
It,
definitely was.
it took some time though, but we got through it.
Well, next time it will only be half the time because there will only be 10 cards per episode, I suppose. If we do 13 cards, sorry, 14 cards with the king, queen, and knight and page. Okay, I'm going to use my deck, the Dreaming Way Tarot. Okay, so if there's only 4 people left. But if anybody would like some cards, please come in and give me your question. And thank you very much, everybody, for being so patient. So I wonder if Ron's still here.
And I'm using the Arcanum deck.
That's nice. I don't know it myself. Looks like a pretty deck.
Yep, this is the Lover's card example, and that's the
Strength,
Strength card.
nice one. Okay. Brenda's still in the room. And I'm checking it on the YouTube. There is a delay. Okay. I
Thank you,
think
Brenda.
I think Brenda might have that deck by the sound of it.
Yep, she's lovely deck, Dean.
So, so please come back in the chat and let us know who's in the room. So, Brenda, I'm going to pull you a card or a couple of cards. I'm hearing 4. You've got victory. You've got the Ace of Swords. That means to me you could be dealing with a Gemini or meeting a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Victory in perhaps in communication, also in gathering wisdom. If you have a situation, an official situation, that could be victory. This could be with doctors or somebody that works for institutions or municipalities. This can be with the tax office. This can be with the bookkeeper, anything like that. The next card for you, Brenda, is the Magician. You've done the right thing. You've been transparent and clear. You've got the truth because you've uh, cut the BS. You've gone right to the center, created your own magic. You could be dealing with a Gemini and Aries because that's what the magician represents. You hold the key, and you are in your power. You hold the key to your life's force and your life's path, and you can communicate like no other, like the Gemini, most probably. There could be Gemini or air within your water sign. I know you're a Pisces, and you've taken action, but there will be new beginnings dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. This could be new work or new clients. I know you've got a business, so you could be getting more clients. You could be taking action to get more clients. You could be starting a new hobby, and you've got justice, a judgment, a new beginning, a second chance. But in this deck, it's two angels. So the angels have your back. I love it. I love that you've got the angels because she works with the angels.
So I got three cards right now. I got the Wheel of Fortune for you.
Nice one.
Yep, new opportunities. Um, Possibly coming into some new adventure in your path. I got the Ace of Cups. So balancing of your emotions, being able to give from the heart, to give from that love. And also got the Nine of Cups, which for me feels like
Victory.
yeah, celebrating all the joys in life. Your everything you've hold dear to you, it's time to unleash and just
Beautiful.
let your hair down. And one more card real quick. Let's see.
Beautiful.
Yep, taking ownership, being in control with the Emperor. This is your life. This is your destiny. Just own it. That's what I got for you.
Thank you very much. I'm just trying to remove somebody. Just okay. Sorry about that. So I think Tammy is still in. There's 6 people watching now, although it says it's StreamYard 4. Suzanne Fortier has just come in. Hi, Suzanne.
Hi,
So
man.
I think Tammy is here. 6 now. Yes. Okay.
Tammy
I'm
Bambi.
I'm going to Tammy Bambi.
Tammy Bambi.
Bambi Bambi. Oh, they're beautiful. You've got the 4 of wands. You could be moving home. You could be, I know you're looking for a new home. You could be buying a home or renting a new home. You could be going to celebrations, parties. You could be getting married or be invited to a wedding. French, if you go to a wedding or a celebration, you will meet people, make new friendships that could be built on proper foundations. You've got the Hanged Man. Take time out to meditate, contemplate, and evaluate. Get a different perspective. There could be delays from 4 hours to 4 months, something like that, because you can see that in the legs. But her legs are straight here, really. But you decide when perhaps you might be taking a rest, and to get to find another perspective. Um, with regards to something, perhaps to plans to the future, because you've got the 2 of wands. Again, the 2 of wands means making plans for the future, but also partnering up. You might be making plans with a partner because you do have the marriage card. Okay, so I think there will be something to do with a partner, but the world is your oyster. You could be working on the web. Also, you have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, well, if you've got the Nine of Pentacles, that means a promotion, wage rise, an end of material difficulties, and a rich new beginning, a new phase. There you are.
It's funny you said marriage because I have the Two of Cups here.
Ah,
Yep. And there's a lot of reference to finding balance here because I have the Two of Cups that just new partnerships, finding new love. I also have the Six of Cups. Possibly this is going to be. This is usually meant for reminiscing, but this could also mean for children too. So there's possibly going to be children in your future. And two, I noticed like there's two kids there, so there's two again. Then I also have a star. So this is something that you've been manifesting, something that you've been wishing and hoping for, and speaking some truth to. Again, the star. If you look, she has two pictures. She has pitchers full of water, the elixir of life, right? So it's something that's going to be prosperous. And of course, I got the Ace of Pentacles. So this is definitely going to be abundance for you. You notice all the flowers there. So if there is a wedding or meeting new people, there's definitely going to be a celebration.
that is beautiful. So really, it sort of flows in our readings. Really confirm each other's readings. So, who's next? Susan Forte. Susan, you have the Page of Wands. So, the Page of Wands could be news about a job or a new project or a new hobby or a new passion. The Page of Wands represents Sagittarius. So, something you could meet a Sagittarius, could be a prominent Sagittarius around you. Set your this Sagittarius, I've got a feeling, could also be quite naive. So set your boundaries and know their boundaries. You could hear news about a child, or this news could come from a child, but also you might be more learning how to be strategic, um, or letting your inner child come out and enjoy life a little bit more, being passionate. Perhaps you are a little bit insecure about uh, letting opening up. With passion, I think you could be wanting something more traditional. You've got the Knight of Swords. So you could also be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Official news could be coming in. Like I said, it could be a job. Okay, official news. Wow, could come through cyber, email, text message, or telephone call. So that's wonderful. It could be about money. Okay. Um, Also the Four of Pentacles. The Fours really to me means more going inside, getting to know yourself, knowing your inner child. Boom. Okay. The Four of Pentacles. The basic meaning is if you could be tight with money. That's the basic old-fashioned meaning. But you have to, I look at it also, if you are spending too much money, tighten the purse strings. Spiritually, I look at this card, open up your mind, open up your heart and your solar plex, and let love, life, and laughter come back in. Okay? Otherwise, you will just be isolating yourself. Don't isolate yourself. Again, news coming in. If you do open yourself up, you might get a lot of invitations. That is the feeling that I'm getting. And that could be the news, but it is also definitely official news. This could be like an invitation to a wedding or something, or this could also be work. You could be traveling for work, you could be taking a break. That could also be the official news that you might have applied for a visa to go outside your country. Who knows? But things are going to happen very fast and all together. It doesn't rain, it just pours.
Okay, so what I got too is I feel like you said too, like there's a little bit of sense of indecisiveness early on. That I got that with the Seven of Cups. Like there's several different options and opportunities, but you have to get your head clear about what you want to pursue. Opening up, I believe, is true in that because I got the Judgment card and looking everything. If you allow yourself to open up, Spirit will be able to work with you and give you the things that you need to take on the world, to take on those obstacles that you want to do. This is your time to live your life, your best life, as long as you keep your emotions in check.
Right, definitely. Now, who else is there? Let's have a look. So, oh, sorry, Dean, I thought you were finished.
What?
Are you finished?
Yeah, I was done. I did it.
Oh, sorry, darling.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, okay. There is a big delay on
On YouTube.
StreamYard. On
Mhm.
StreamYard, yeah. Uh, there are only 4 people here. So I think we've had all of them.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
it was
darling. So, any suggestions?
no, I don't have any suggestions.
Okay. Is there anybody that has a suggestion? Any question? Anything particular? Okay, well, it is 10 to 8 here. It must be 10 to 1, 10 to 2 at your place.
It's 12:50 over here.
12:50, 5 to 1. Okay. Yeah, just an hour out. 1 or 2, I said. Oh, Dean has been absolutely fabulous working with you.
Yes, it was been really, really fun.
I will have to watch it back so I can learn from what you've said again. So I will really watch this back. Tomorrow is the relaxing day. It's Sunday anyway.
Yes, 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 yes. I'll be waking up early in the morning to doing Intuitive Vibes. It's my show I do Sundays to kickstart the week, giving that positive motivation, and I will be it'll be at 10 o'clock Central Time, 10 in the
So,
morning.
guys and girls, please go to Dean's what you call it website or
Yep,
channel.
corner.
Um, you can just click on. I don't know whether I've got your channel here. Hold on, I'll get it for you. Uh, Dean, where are you? Here you are. So if you hear noise, that is, oh no, that's it, Dean. Um, I've got the, hang on, copy and paste. Okay. So, you're much quicker than I am.
Let's see.
There you go. That's the link to Dean's. I'm just to Hermit's Corner. And I've got to go back to the chat now. So it's just go to Dean's uh, channel. He's on nearly every day, if not actually every day. He works really hard. So please subscribe and hit that bell. Bing on all. Today I did Pisces. You have to watch Pisces because
Okay.
the angels were, or some kind of spirit, making Matus. That's the cat. She's a Sagittarius, and she always comes and sits with me. Usually when I do Sagittarius, but she chose Pisces, and she jumped up on the cupboard, and then her little medallion hit the glass jar or the crystal jar, and then Millie started to bark when, and they were working in cahoots with each other. So there was definitely a very interesting reading for the Pisces because they're Millie's the mascot, and Matis is the silent mascot.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that. I really will need to take a look at the last uploads you made. How many uploads did you get done?
I only got 2 uploads done because I had to do Pisces 5 times because my computer crashed yesterday, packed up. And so I was 5.5 hours with Microsoft. And today I started and then I uploaded Capricorn. That went wrong. Then I had to re-upload it. And then I was 3 hours with Pisces. And I think I got it out at around 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon. So, never mind. It's here to test us whether we can keep our patience. It's like you said, it's how you deal with the situation.
Mm-hmm. So you got the Cancer out. You got the, let's see.
I've got all of them out for next week.
Yep. Yep.
And
I'll watch the Taurus, Cancer, and Sag.
sorry,
I'll watch the Taurus, Cancer, and Sag because those are all mine.
the Cancer in Sag and
Taurus.
Taurus. I'm Taurus and Cancer. Taurus moon, Cancer rising.
And I'll probably even watch the Virgo because I have a stellium in Virgo.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I've got Mercury ruling, and I'm masculine energy, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and mutual. I don't know all my planets. I haven't gone into depth of mine. Well, anyway, it's really nice working with you. Thank you very much,
Yes.
everybody, for being here. Take care, stay safe,
You.
and please subscribe if you haven't yet. I hope I can reach 3,000 after 3.5 years before Christmas or on Christmas Day. That will be fantastic. That will be my best Christmas present. And I hope you reach 1,000, Dean. You
It'll
deserve
happen when it's time. It'll happen when it's time.
it. You deserve it.
Thank you.
I've got something new here. I've got a dice, and it's
Ooh.
and it's got like I thought it was an angel, but it is Virgo.
Yeah, it looks like the zodiac. Yep.
Yeah, zodiac. So I'll be using them in my readings next week. I will be throwing the dice and see whether I'll have to. I like playing games like this. Whether if you've got Cancer, whether coming out on the dice, whether it which if there are any people cards, right, zodiac cards, then I'll throw the dice and see who's the most profound. I just want to do something different.
That's
I'm a,
cool.
I'm a typical Jen. Well, not two-faced. I don't agree with that, and I'm certainly not an ice queen, and definitely not. Anyway, thank you very much. Take care and stay
Bye.
safe and be blessed, everybody. Ciao, ciao. Bye, bye.
Bye, everybody.
Oh yes, no, not leave. How do you stop it? Uh,
You hit the end show.
yeah, but where is that?
It's up on the top right-hand corner,
Oh,
but you have to
no,
go into StreamYard.
only